Okay, Uncle Roddus back again for part 3 of the Dunedin trip video. So on the Friday night, I was with the concert on the Friday night was in the Octagon. Actually, I might have seen it on Thursday night. It's going to be a blurry. No, let's get this right. On the Thursday night, the first concert of the Blind Flight was in the Art Centre, Art Gallery in the Octagon. And on the way past, I was walking past the Regent Theatre, which is actually close to the venue where we had the second night. And there was a little sign inside the Regent Theatre. Regent Theatre is a beautiful old building. In the inside, it doesn't look like much from the outside, but inside it's fantastically beautiful. Old style theatre, big theatre. And there was a sign in the window saying that there was a fair of sorts selling various types of things. Vinyl, CD, DVDs, books, magazines. Oh no, not books. Actually, books was one thing it wasn't. Magazines, quite a lot of magazines, and then kids' toys, jigsaws, anyway, stuff like that. But the vinyl, of course, was the piece that I noticed. So I said to Chris when I met him, because that was the first time I met him, was on the Thursday night, and I said, hey, I've seen this sign down there for a record fair of sorts, starting at midday. So as I said in my other videos, Chris and I had been around some of the shops, the local shops like Zodiac and Twigs and Twine in the morning, and we got back to the Octagon just before 12 o'clock after being down to Twigs and Twine again, and probably should have got there a little bit earlier because there was a queue. I mean, the thing started off at 12 o'clock, so we hit the back of the queue, got on the door, headed straight for the bins. So there was a fair few people basically really congregating around the record bins. So there was only one long table full of records. It wasn't like a huge thing, but there was certainly plenty there. And Chris managed to wedge himself into the bin at the corner of the table, and I wandered around to the other side because the side he was on was pretty full. That was the closest side. Everyone went there first. So I wandered around the other side and managed to get in to about the middle of the table and hit right on the New Zealand bins. And so they had sorted them out. They had jazz on one side, they had classical next to where I was, and they had about 5 bins of New Zealand music right along to the end of the table. So I said to Chris, New Zealand over here, so he was pretty quick to come around. So I got to the first bin, he actually got into the second hand 45 bin that was next to me, and there was a couple of guys sort of like next to me on the left who were pulling out quite a lot of stuff. I'd love to know what they got. So they probably got quite a lot of good stuff that we missed out on, but I still got quite a lot of good stuff. So I've got to get through it pretty quick. There's quite a lot. I'm always collecting Kiwi albums or Kiwi Pacific albums. This one is from 1973, the New Zealand Jazz Orchestra. I'd seen this in Penny Lane actually, and I never bought it. And the main reason I never bought it was because although it's a New Zealand jazz record, none of the music was composed by New Zealanders as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong on that, but I certainly don't recognise any of the names. There's a cover of Light My Fire, the Jimmy Webb song, some of the other names I don't quite know. So Tony Joe White song, interesting. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but for all of these records were $1. I mean, everything in the bins were $1. So we just were grabbing as much as we could and picked this one up. So these ones first are all the New Zealand ones that I found. Dave McCartney's Pink Flamingos, 19 something. Don't know. I've heard of him. I don't know what this is going to be like. I've never heard it. I think it's quite middle of the road. But I thought for $1, I'll give it a go. And it's interesting. I think all of the New Zealand albums that I've picked up came from the same collection because they are absolutely mint condition. I mean, they are almost unplayed, some of them. They're just absolutely stunning. So yeah, that one there. One that's playing in the background is this one, John Hanlon. Again, I mean, the cover's just pristine. The vinyl's pristine. John put out 2 or 3 albums in the early 70s. This is from 1973 too, I think. Not sure. I know I had another album of his many years ago. I mean, it's pretty lightweight sort of folky kind of stuff. But you know, it's I like the cover on this one, and for $1, and I mean, if I don't like it, I can trade it. I picked up another Roger Fox one, and Chris was quite impressed with this one. He actually was familiar with it. Roger played with this guy Bobby Shue from overseas. This is from about 1981. I haven't had a listen to it yet. Look, I'll just have to make a break. This one was actually not from the record fair. I picked this one up at another record shop called the Dunedin up on Princess Street. This is a New Zealand band called the Red Hot Peppers. This was their first album. They put out another couple. This is from 1976, 75, 76. It's quite interesting. It's quite nice. It's not out there or great rock or anything like that. It's sort of little middle of the road AOR, but it's pretty cool. Shouldn't actually have been in that pile. This probably would have been the score of the record fair. This is John Donahue's first album, The Spirit of Polaris Jack. It's on Discogs but never been sold, so I couldn't get a price on it. It's absolutely mint condition. There is a tiny wee tear in the back corner. When I pulled the record out of the bag, it was like it was almost sort of sticking in, like it hadn't been pulled out for many years. I was really rapt to find this. He did a couple of really fantastic singles as Timberjack and Timberjack John Donahue, which are on the Loxang compilations. This is more folky. Had to listen to it, really good. So yeah, that's a pretty good score and could be worth quite a bit of money. Rocking Horse was another really good score. Again, the record sleeve is in perfect condition. The vinyl's in nearly perfect condition. This was their first album. Had their hit Through the Southern Moonlight, which a compilation on CD I have was named after. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I think it's better than their second record. This one here, the last of the New Zealand pickups. Jangles, Spangles and Banners, Ray Columbus from 1973. This album is a bit of a mixed bag. I've had a listen to it. You know, Ray Columbus was pretty well known and one of the first of the 60s R&B guys to write all his own material. This, I'm assuming, is all original stuff as well. Yes, some of it's a little bit lame sounding, but some of it's actually really good. There's some good tracks. Picked up a copy of Carole King's Tapestries. This is mainly for my partner. The cover itself is in good nick, except all of the seams have come unglued, so I'm going to have to re-glue them and give it a clean up. The Incredible String Band, for $1, you know, I'm not familiar with them. I haven't had to listen to this yet. I think the record is fairly clean. Yeah, some of these were a little bit. I haven't put it through the cleaner yet because I've run out of fluid, but that one looks alright. The album, We Damn, I think it's about their third or fourth album. I picked up a couple of these, whoopsie. This one's going to need a bit of a glue. Yeah, the seam needs gluing. The Nitty Gritty Band, All the Good Times? Yeah, All the Good Times. I can't read their writing, their font very well. From... don't know, have to look it up on Discogs. So yeah, that one there. I've got the Will the Circle Be Unbroken compilation album that they did, which is quite cool, so that sort of tempted me to buy it. I should have had a little bit closer look at this, but you know, in the scrum of getting the records and pulling them out and blah blah blah, this one here is pretty badly damaged. But the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band again, yeah, and the record is not very good condition. I mean, I can always take that out, but the record itself is improved. I'll give it a clean up, have a listen. Blood, Sweat and Tears, third album. Yeah, quite like Blood, Sweat and Tears. They're pretty cool. Don't know what this is. It's an EP of some sort from 1982, but again for $1, it's in good nick. Santana, Braxis, is it? Braxis, yeah. Yeah, some really good shit on this album. Haven't played it yet, so and I haven't even pulled it out of the case. Cover's intact. Oh yeah, yep. Vinyl's nice and clean. Cool. Put it through the cleaning machine. That'll be lovely. Needs a new sleeve. So that was a nice little score for $1. Not quite sure what this one's going to be like. La Batch. This is an EP. I think there's just 2 songs on it.
2,000 miles away.
Yeah, looks like it. 12 inch 45, 1984. Not sure. I've heard of Labatt. I don't know if I've heard any of their music. Thought I'd give it a crack. Someone paid $12 for it. I only paid $1. The Faces, Ooh La La. Yeah, with Rod Stewart, Ronnie Wood, is it? Produced by Glenn Johns. Yeah, I had to listen to this. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm really into it, to be honest. Might just. Unfortunately, the sleeve's a bit tatty and the vinyl wasn't the best, so I don't know if I can even on-sell it. This one here I can probably on-sell. It's in pretty good nick, and it didn't really do anything for me. This is the Time Honoured Ghosts, Barclay James Harvest. This is probably their fifth or sixth album, or 4th or 5th album. Yeah, I'll give it another couple of listens, but it didn't really do it for me. This one here, Joe Pass, was about all I could find in the jazz bins that was of any interest to me, apart from the Roger Fox Complete Catch Me Sessions. The album says 1981. I'm not quite sure when they were recorded, but yeah, I mean, he's a great guitarist. I've had a listen to this. It needs a bit of a glue, but the vinyl's pretty good. Had a listen to it. Yeah, it's very finger-picking, sort of mellow, good playing. Picked this one up, looked quite interesting. Didn't really know what it was. George McRae, Rock You Baby, because it's from 1974, and maybe it's some sort of quite cool soul or funky type thing. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a very early disco record. Rock You Baby was his big hit, which I was familiar with when I played it. This was actually a compilation record put together of his first couple of hits and a bunch of other crap. It's actually not very good. Wasn't that impressed. This one here, The Peddler's Birthday. This is a record I actually had in the past, and there's some pretty interesting, cool stuff on it. It's not like fantastic. This is in fairly good nick actually. I have played it once already, and I liked it then, and I like it now, so that was cool for $1. And the last one, surprisingly, is this. Okay, Captain and Tennille. Yes, well, okay. The reason I brought this record, it was $1, and it's in pretty good bloody nick. I mean, look at the state of her. Look at the makeup on her. It's very 70s, isn't it? You know, I mean, we all know this band. We've all heard of them and probably heard many of their songs. There's this track called Going Bananas on side 1, and it's just the most bizarre, out there track. And I actually heard it on a Mutant Sounds podcast quite some time ago, and it stuck in my mind. And when I went to Penny Lane and then was checking out their cheap bins, their $2 bins a few weeks back, which I made a video about what I picked up there. I was keeping an eye out for, I didn't know what record it was on, but I was keeping an eye out for a record with that song, and I didn't find it. But I actually I saw a copy of this in another shop in Oamaru, in a junk shop, for about $4 or $5, and I hummed and hard and then bugger it. But then I saw it in there and I was like, oh crap, I'll buy it. Now, actually, she's a really good singer. I'm really quite impressed. The first song on this is Song of Joy, and it's kind of a soulful, bluesy, piano-led number for a starter, and it's actually a really good track. And there's a couple of other songs on the first side that are actually quite listenable. Side 2, unfortunately, gets pretty much the pap that we expect from this sort of thing, and yeah, I probably won't play that very much. Although I think the last song, 1954 Boogie Blues, is probably worth listening to, and I'll check that out again. So, bit of a mixed bag, but surprisingly stuff on here I can listen to apart from the Going Bananas, which is why I brought it. So, yeah, so there we go. So, I think there's like 21 albums there. I did buy another album on Kiwi, which was a choral album by the Dorian Choir, which turned out I actually already had a copy of it. So I gave it to Chris because he didn't have a copy of that, so that was cool. So for $1 record, I'm pretty impressed. That was a pretty good score, pretty rapt about that, and that was my lot from the Dunedin expedition. So pretty productive trip down there, and we'll have to go back and do it again because they've got so much more records there than what we have in Christchurch. Alright, see you next time.